orders for Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. Could I ask the clerk to take the roll, please?
Governor Sisolak.
Here.
Secretary of State Zagorski.
Here.
Attorney General Ford.
Here.
Let the record reflect we do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We have a quorum. Moving on to item number 2, public comment. This is the first time set aside for public comment. Anyone wishing to address the board on any item on today's agenda, items on the agenda, please step forward, identify yourself for the record, and comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Do we have anybody in Las Vegas for public comment? Okay, do we have anybody in Carson City for public comment?
Governor, we do have public comment here in Carson City this morning.
Okay.
I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Andrew Laughlin. My water sports company, Outdoor Immersion Inc., which does business as Sand Harbor Rentals, has held your water sports concession at Sand Harbor for the past decade. We've been your original concessionaire for water sports at Sand Harbor since that contract was first offered. And in our time operating in the park, we've gotten tens of thousands of people paddling on the lake and earned the state of Nevada over $1.5 million in concession fees. We did all this with an excellent safety record, excellent online reviews from the public, and 0 lawsuits, which is amazing considering the sheer volume of people that we took on kayaking adventures. I'm here today because during the recent RFP 70 CNR S 1887 process, my bid to retain this concession was taken out of the running due to a clerical error on the part of the state. After building this business from a startup that generated $40,000 annually for the state of Nevada to an established and respected business that earns the state $300,000 annually, my proposal for this RFP wasn't even allowed to compete. The required $1,000 bond check that I sent was lost or miscategorized in the state offices, and as a result, my proposal was marked no bid and taken out of the running. Despite multiple emails to Nancy Fesser, the purchasing department employee in charge of the RFP, in which I expressed my hope of winning the RFP, I was not informed that there was any issue with my check or the bid submission until after the RFP process was over and a new company was announced as the concessionaire. And I should note that these emails to Nancy were sent long before the selection committee even met to decide the winner, so there was ample time for them to know that I was very, very interested. I didn't even get a phone call after a decade of reliable service and revenue earned for the state of Nevada. When I was later informed that this bond check was missing, I submitted to the USPS tracking number and proved that it had been sent, and the purchasing department was able to locate my missing check in their office. But I was then informed that the purchasing department and the selection committee were unwilling to consider the proposal and bid that I submitted or revisit the RFP process because there was no guarantee that my proposal would have won. Additionally, they told me that since my proposal was marked no bid, that I would be ineligible to submit an appeal to the RFP outcome. And then they seemed to pivot from their original statement that it was my missing check was the issue and said that I was the one that marked the proposal no bid, which is absolutely false. And it's totally illogical that I would submit a 130-page proposal, letters of reference, a bond check, massive amounts of private financial information, and follow-up emails to the RFP administrator expressing my interest in winning, all without the intention of bidding on this contract that's been my livelihood for the past 10 years. The business I've started from the ground up has been taken away from me due to a clerical error. My employees that have been with me for years have no jobs. Over $250,000 of equipment is still in storage. I'm not a sore loser on this RFP process. I wasn't even given the chance to compete for the business that I built, or even given a phone call or email to let me know that there was an issue with the proposal that I'd spent months working on. My proposal was marked successfully submitted in the Nevada ePro portal. I'd sent emails to the RFP administrator expressing my interest in winning the contract, and it appeared to me that everything was in order. I'm asking the board to reconsider the selection committee's decision on this RFP and allow me to compete for the business that I built. I have all the equipment, the employees, the marketing, and the website infrastructure ready to roll for this summer. And I have a long history of operating a high-volume concession with an excellent safety record, whereas the company that won is a fairly new company that's never done that, to my knowledge. My bid for this RFP And my previous bid for the concession contract that I've just completed both gave the state of Nevada a higher percentage of sales than the new company who was awarded the contract. And so in short, I would make the state more money, and I've proven my reliability doing that. I believe it's in your power to confirm or deny this RFP result today. And until this RFP process can be redone with all eligible concessionaire candidates, please let me operate my business, maintain my livelihood, and continue serving the state of Nevada.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker.
I don't see anyone else here in Carson City.
Okay, do we have any written or telephonic comments? No? Okay, then I'm going to close public comment. Move on to item number 3. Do I have a motion to approve the April 12th meeting minutes?
Move for approval. This is Barbara Sagat.
We have a motion by Secretary Sagaski. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 4, state vehicle purchases.
Good morning. There's one request to purchase a vehicle under this agenda item. This request is from the Department of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Division of Museums and History, Nevada State Museum Trust Fund, to purchase a replacement vehicle for an amount not to exceed $2,928. This purchase will be made from state purchasing. The vehicle being replaced has met the age and/or mileage requirements in the state administrative manual, and funds are available for this purchase. Are there any questions on this item?
Do we have any questions on the vehicle purchase, item number 4?
No questions. Move for approval, Governor.
Thank you. We have a
Barbara
motion for approval from Secretary Sagaski. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing and seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 5, authorization to contract with the current or former state employee. You want to take all these together, Susan?
I was just going to ask you that question. Do you want to take these together or separately?
Together, please.
Okay. I will proceed and take them all together. This item contains 3 requests to contract with former employees pursuant to NRS 333.705. The first item is from the Department of Administration Purchasing Division to contract with a former employee to assist in processing a complex caseload of disability cases for the Department of Employment Training and Rehabilitation through Master Service Agreement number 23928 with HAT Limited Partnership doing business as Manpower. The duration of this contract is expected to be 1 year or through June 2023. The second item is also from the Department of Administration Purchasing Division to contract with a former employee to assist with training a new employee in architecture operations and project delivery methods for the Nevada Department of Transportation through Master Service Agreement number 23927, Marathon Staffing Group. This individual will work part-time through June 2022. And the third item is from the State Controller's Office to contract with a former employee to provide necessary support and maintenance for the state's Advantage financial system and associated applications. This individual will work part-time through June 2024. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Does anyone have any questions on the item number 5, the authorization to contract with former employees? Okay, do I have a motion?
Move approval.
We have a motion for approval from General Ford. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing and seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 6, request for recommendation of approval to the Interim Finance Committee for an allocation amount from the contingency fund.
There is one item under Agenda Item 6 for a positive recommendation to the Interim Finance Committee pursuant to NRS 353.268 for an allocation from the IFC contingency account. The current balance in this account is approximately $18.4 million. This request is from the Department of Business and Industry, Real Estate Division, Administration for an allocation of $103,611 from the IFC contingency account to cover projected expenditures for the remainder of fiscal year 22. Are there any questions on this item?
No. Do we have any questions on item number 6? The requesting a recommendation to IFC for the contingency account expenditures?
No questions.
Do I have a motion?
Move approval.
We have a motion for approval from General Ford. Any discussion on the motion? And seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 7, approval of proposed leases.
There are 4 leases under Agenda Item 7 today for approval by the board. Are there any questions on any of these items?
No, I just wanted to point out that I appreciate the briefing that you gave me again, Director, but we are following these rent increases, right, to make sure that they're suitable as it relates to local jurisdictions and going rates?
That is correct.
Okay. Do we have any discussion or any question on item number 7? Do we have a motion on item number 7?
None. Move approval.
A motion for approval from General Ford. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing and seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Item number 8, approval of proposed contracts.
There are 37 contracts under Agenda Item 8 today for approval by the board. Are there any questions on these items?
Do not have any questions. Again, I appreciate your briefing on these items. Do we have any questions on item number 8?
No, but Governor,
Mr.
I don't
Governor.
have any questions, but I would like to thank your staff as well for the briefing. Thank you for the responses as well.
Thank you. Do I have a motion on item number 8?
I'll move approval, Mr. Governor.
Okay, we have a motion for approval from General Ford. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. I wasn't aye there. I don't know if I said aye. Item number 9, approval of proposed master service agreements.
There are 82 master service agreements under Agenda Item 9 for approval by the board. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Do we have any questions on item number 9, master service agreements? Hearing and seeing none. Do I have a motion on item number 9?
I'll move approval.
We have a motion for approval. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 10, information item. Do we have any questions on item number 10? This is an information item.
I would just note that there are 83 items under Agenda Item 10. These are information contracts over $10,000 and under the $100,000 threshold that was approved by the clerk of the board between March 23rd, 2022 and April 19th of 2022.
Okay. Do we have any questions on any of these items? Okay, moving forward, that's an information item. Item number 11, information item reports.
Under item number 11 is an information report from the Department of Motor Vehicles on the voluntary contributions collected by counties pursuant to NRS 482.480, known as the Complete Streets Program. This report is for the quarter ending March 31st, 2022. During this quarter, the department collected $103,584, which is compared to $106,779 in the same period last year, and $97,268 collected last quarter. Of the amount collected, approximately 78.62 was from Clark County, just over 15% was from Washoe County, and 3% each from Carson City and Douglas County. Are there any questions on this item?
No, do we have any questions on this item, item number 11, complete streets?
None here.
Okay, that's an information item. That moves us on to item number 12, public comment. This is the second time set aside for public comment. Anyone wishing to address the board on any item under this board's jurisdiction, please step forward, identify yourself for the record, and comments be limited to 3 minutes. Do we have anybody in Las Vegas for the second public comment section? No? Do anybody in Carson City?
I don't see anybody in Carson City.
Okay, do
You
we have
wanna go
any?
back up? I'm sorry. We do have one.
Yes, sir.
Guess there's no discussion on what I said before. That's it.
You've got to identify yourself for the record.
Oh,
first
it's
off.
Andrew with Outdoor Immersion Inc. I spoke just a few minutes ago. I was the only one.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. I got the letter. I read the letter, as I'm sure more of my board colleagues did. But there's no discussion on the item.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Do we have any written or telephonic Public comment?
We do not.
Okay, hearing none, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.